Welcome back, everybody, to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 20. As today, headed into Week 15, our Lions have a new X-Factor player, and that is wide receiver Kenny Golladay. We completed his breakout challenge last episode. We got him over 200 receiving yards, and he now has Superstar X-Factor. And looking at his ability, he has the maximum security ability, which I don't think is one of the better ones, and considering his frame and his abilities, I wish he got something else. Like Matchup Nightmare, I feel like would have been a better one for his X Factor, but oh well, at least that's one of his superstar abilities. And then funny enough, that max security ability is the same one that TJ Hawkinson has. Hawkinson is the only other X Factor player on this roster, so I find it pretty interesting that they had the same ability. And then our defensive coordinator wants to talk to us. The Bucs only allow 17 points per game, so he wants to put some pressure on our offense to do some things, and I think this offense can score 3 touchdowns. I think we have a really talented group, and 3 touchdowns shouldn't be too hard. And then there is a frustrated player on that side of the ball, star running back Kerryon Johnson, and he only got 3 carries last week, so I see why he's frustrated, but he got hurt on the first drive of the game, so that's why he only had 3 touches. Otherwise, he would have gotten his regular 19 or 20 carries that he does per game. And overall this year, Kerryon has definitely been worse than he was last year. Last year, he led the NFL in rushing yards. This season, he's been banged up. He's fumbled the ball 9 times, and partly that is because of Harrison Smith and his cheesy X-Factor ability, but like if you look at his yards per game, yards per carry, those have all gone way down. His longest run only for 42 yards, so he just hasn't been himself this year. And the receiving game, only 16 catches for 128 yards. He just has not been as big of a factor on this offense, so the Lions are certainly going to try to hope to get him more involved this week. As the 7-6 Detroit Lions coming off a big win over the Green Bay Packers, head out to Raymond James Stadium to take on the 8-5-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Shout out to Craniac Gaming. He actually has a Buccaneers franchise on his channel, so make sure to go subscribe to him if you're not already. But besides the point, this game holds a ton of playoff implications, mainly for the potential wild card seeding. Let's go first quarter, first play of the game. Matthew Stafford dropping back to throw it, and he'd be sacked by his former teammate. That's defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh with the play. Suh is teammates with Stafford in the early 2010s, when those two were the future of the Lions. And then on the punt return, Jelani Tavai absolutely rips the ball out of the punt returner's hands. Bucs do recover it, though, so they get that little bit of luck. As here's famous Jameis, the former Heisman Trophy winner and former number 1 overall pick. Of course, him and Stafford were top picks in their respective drafts, as that's a screen for Howard. Nice gain before being pushed out by Amani Oruwariye. And then the very next play from the 23, Jameis gonna lob it up, and that's Mike Evans coming down with it. Evans is doing what he does best, using his size, his frame, and his athleticism to just power over Amani Oruwariye. That's why Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in all of football. Plays like that, he's just bigger and stronger and more athletic than you, and he's able to make plays like that consistently, as that's not the first time Amani Oruwariye has been mossed this season. Just a few weeks ago against the Bears, Allen Robinson put him on a poster, and now Mike Evans does as well. So 7-0 Bucs to lead. Stafford sacked again on second down, this time by Shaq Barrett, the former Denver Bronco, and the Bucs would get the football back. Tampa Bay looking good early. Famous Jameis gonna look to throw it, and it's picked off by Darius Big Play Slay, and he is off to the races for a Lions touchdown. Last year, Slay led the NFL with 8 interceptions. However, headed into this game, he's only had 1 this year, so he's certainly been quiet up to this point, as there's a nice screen for Chris Godwin. He's going to gain 19 yards before being wrapped up by Justin Coleman and friends. Now 2nd and 5 for Tampa Bay. Winston going to get it to Jordan Howard. Howard finds the hole just like I did last night in the bed. And he's brought down by Slay at the 3-yard line. Jordan Howard had an excellent game in this one before getting hurt in the second quarter. 9 carries and 61 yards for the former Bear and Eagle running back. And then 3rd and goal, that's O.J. the Juice Man Howard with the touchdown. And when you really look at it at first, it kind of looked like he didn't get both feet in bounds. But then looking at the replay, it's almost so close to determine it that you can't really reverse it. and the play would end up standing, so now Tampa Bay leads it 14-7. On to the second quarter, Stafford is sacked, and he loses the juice. He does pick it up, as that's Maurice Kennedy with the sack. That'll bring us to a 2nd down and 22. Stafford looking to throw it again, and he's going to connect with his wide receiver, Robert Foster, for a nice gain. Obviously, Foster is not one of the headline players on this offense, but he does get a nice gain nonetheless. And then the very next play from the 29-yard line, Matthew Stafford looking to throw it. Stafford scrambling like he's late on a date, and he'd be sacked again. This time by Vita Vea, the third-year defensive tackle out of Washington. So that'll send the field goal unit out. 56-yard attempt for Matt Prater, and he drills it. Prater's been one of the best kickers in football this year. That's why he just got an extension this past week. Very well-deserved extension at that. And then here's Jordan Howard. This was a few plays before he got hurt. Rumbling, bumbling, tumbling for a gain of 20. And then 1st down. Back to Howard again. He fumbles the football. That's for rookie linebacker out of Rutgers, Duvon Mann, who forces it. Tampa Bay does recover it, though. That could have been bad news for them. And then 2nd and 8. Here's Jameis Winston, the former Florida State Seminole, going up, and he's picked off by Justin Coleman. His 3rd interception of the year. All 3 of those interceptions have come since the Thanksgiving game, which is just a few weeks ago. So he's definitely been playing his best football as of recent. As Stafford gets us to a fullback, Nick the Jump Man Bawden, for a gain of 21 yards, and then 3rd down and 8 from the 38. Stafford taking a shot for Marvin Jones, and he will get 30, bringing it to the 8-yard line. Jones is among the notable players who are due for a contract extension this offseason. And then 1st and goal, TJ Hawkinson catches it, takes 3 steps, then drops it, and they call incomplete. I'm getting flashbacks of a Monday night game against the Packers. Now, 2nd and goal, very next play, Stafford does get it to Marvin Jones for the touchdown, and the Detroit Lions will take their first lead of the day, 17-14. Here's Winston dancing in the pocket. He gets it to O.J. Howard, who breaks the tackle, and Juice Man will bring it to the 12 before being pushed out by Justin Coleman. Still a very nice play for him nonetheless. And then 3rd and 11, Winston looking, and he's intercepted again. That's Darius Slay with his 2nd pick of the game. And just like the first one, he is going to take it the distance. Slay's 2nd pick 6 of the afternoon. And the Lions will make it a 10-point lead. That one was from 98 yards away, and he was untouched like weekend homework. So the Lions will take a 10-point lead entering the half. Let's go to the second half now. Jameis Winston on 1st down, looking to throw it. He gets it over to Mike Evans, who is brought down at the 45-yard line. Nice tackle from Coleman, who's had a heck of the ball game in this one. And then 3rd and goal, that's Josh Thurston, the rookie out of Cal, trying to run it in. But Jared Davis is right there for the stop. So that'll send out the field goal unit. Here's the 2nd-year man out of Utah, Matt Gay. And his kick is straight down the middle. And the Bucs will make it 24-17. So the Lions get the football back here with about 5.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd. 3rd and 9. Stafford looking to throw it. And the Lions need to play it safe where they are in this game. Stafford doesn't do that at all. He takes a shot for Kenny Golladay. He makes a really tough catch, getting the 1st down. And then 3rd and 13. Stafford going to go deep again. But as you can see, this time it would not be as successful as the rookie wideout out of Texas. Freddie Bonder-Sanders drops it. So now on to the 4th quarter, 24-17. There's Winston. He's intercepted again. You can't spell intercepted without the D. That's Darius Big Play Slay. Have yourself a day. His 3rd pick 6. Remember, the goal was for the team to get 3 touchdowns. Well, Darius Slay has 3 touchdowns today on his own. Lions now up by 14. As that ties an NFL record for most pick 6s in a game by a single player. Now, later in the game, 4th and 9, Bucs have to go for it. Chris Godwin, the intended target, but Tracy Walker makes a nice play onto the football. So the Lions have it back, trying to chew the clock at this point. They have a comfortable lead, 31-17. As Stafford would be sacked, that's Shaq Barrett with his 2nd of the game. And the Bucs still have life, even though it doesn't really look that way. 2nd down and 6. Here is Jameis. He's going to shortly dump that one off. And the Bucs are going to get that one all the way to the house for a touchdown. Detroit just refused to tackle there for whatever reason. Bucks now only down by 7. 2nd and 4, about a minute 45 to go. Here's Kerryon Johnson trying to get the first down, and the ball is clean ripped out, and that'll be recovered by Sean Murphy Bunting. By the way, Kerryon did get over 12 touches in this game, which is what he wanted, but he does fumble it there, and he didn't play that well overall, only having about 50 total yards in this game. So here's the Bucks' chance to drive down the field and tie it up. First play of the drive was almost intercepted by Justin Coleman. That one was right in his hands. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Winston scrambling like eggs on a frying pan, and he launches an absolute dot to the sidelines. You don't see Jameis Winston make those throws every day. So now from the 14-yard line, 33 seconds left, and the Lions need a stop here, and that's what they get. Jelani Tavai with a huge sack. Bucks forced to call their last timeout. Now on 2nd and 17, only 19 seconds left. They don't have any timeouts left, so they're really not in a good position. And the Lions are going to put the ice in the dagger as that ball is tipped and intercepted by Quandre Diggs. So Jameis throws 5 picks in this game, 3 of which were intercepted and returned for touchdowns by Darius Slay. Lions end up getting the win. Final score, 31-24.